welcome back to another episode. Just have another day of meetings and errands, so we're gonna go do that, but I wanted to show you the outfit. Got Celine hat, Helsa turtleneck, Freaky Shop blazer, Celine belt. The jeans are a Goldie. You're still sick. I've been sick for over a week now, which is so fun. I had my first workout again yesterday, so we were just getting back into shape. Pretty much starting fresh with the workouts, starting over with healthy eating, back from our trip. We actually only have a month left in Sacramento, so we are winding down our time here. So she is deciding on our next location based on her licenses, the pay, and the location. So we will know in the next couple of weeks kind of where we're going. Excited for a change. We've got about 4 weeks left here. So let's go. Now that the cat's out of the bag, Jill and I like to plan coffee dates for any of our Briar Road meetings. Obviously, we live together, so we can meet on anything at any time. We like to romanticize the process, get out of the house, use that as an opportunity to create content for the brand. This specific meeting, we were talking about our social media launch because we don't have product yet. We have to be a little strategic in how we're marketing the brand on social media. And for this meeting, we were working on developing our products for drop 4 and just kind of cleaning up everything for drops 1 through 3.
Oh, come on.
Hello vlog. We are at the Crocker Art Museum. Just gonna go wander. We leave Sacramento in like 3.5 weeks. Yeah. So we figured we better get out on the town. And then we're gonna go on a little cute little girl date and get some champagne. back from our little girl date and I'm gonna make dinner. Tonight I'm making Korean beef bowls. This is kind of like my go-to meal when I don't know what else to make or don't feel like cooking. It's really easy. It's also really, really high in protein. I think it's like 38 grams of protein. So we make this one quite a bit, several times a week. Okay, first I'm making the sauce for the ground beef. I've made this so many times now that I'm not even sure what the measurements are, but it's sesame oil, minced garlic, honey, and soy sauce. It's really easy to make. And then I'm just gonna pour this into the ground beef after it has browned. Do you see these little slob kebabs in the background? Just lounging while I slave over dinner. While my ground beef is browning, I am making my sauce for on top of the dish. Again, I've made this so many times that I don't even know how much of each thing, but it's mayo, sesame oil, soy sauce, rice vinegar, half of a lemon, and sriracha. And you just mix it all together. I usually do to taste, and I pretty much use the sauce on so many things, so it's my go-to. Our ground beef is ready. I'm just gonna spoon it over rice. Hello again. Feels like we were just here. 2 vlogs in 1 week is a lot for me. So as I mentioned earlier this week, Jill and I are coming up on the end of this contract in Sacramento. We've been here 3 months and we have about 3 weeks left. Right now, Jill is deciding between a couple locations, Portland, Santa Barbara, and Boston. The reason we're looking at those locations is one, because Boston and Santa Barbara are offering the most amount of money, and Portland because she just got her Oregon license and we haven't been to Portland, so we wanted to try somewhere new. Unfortunately, Oregon's not paying as much generally in terms of contracts for travel nursing, so we are probably going to be going to one of the other locations. So just to like kind of explain, the way it works is you have to have a license in each of the state that you're working as a travel nurse. And Jill is currently licensed in California, Massachusetts, and Oregon. So if we want to go to a new state, she has to get the license for that specific state. There's also something called a compact license. There are actually 42 states within the compact nursing license. So if she has a compact license, she can work in any of the 42 states that are within that compact license. I think there's something like 10 states that are not in the compact license. That's Alaska, California, Connecticut, Hawaii, Illinois, Michigan, Minnesota, Nevada, New York, and Oregon. So she's currently also working on her compact license so that we can go to any state. There's just a lot more possibilities, a lot more opportunities when she can go to any state she wants. So she's working on the compact license so that we'll have a ton of options. Just makes it easier when she's searching for her next contract to be able to just look for the one that has the best location and the best pay offering. So once she decides that she's ready to move on to a new contract, there are a ton of just agencies that work with these hospitals and hire travel nurses. So she works with just a bunch of recruiters every time she's ready to move on to a new contract, and they help her get hired to the next contract. It's actually been a really interesting process to learn about. I feel like I know way more than I should about travel nursing as someone who's not a nurse. So anyways, Boston, Santa Barbara, Boston, Santa Barbara. Boston's cold, which I'm not thrilled about, but we love Boston, and because we are thinking of it for a potential permanent move, it would be a good idea to experience it in the cold before we make that decision. Never been to Santa Barbara before, so that will be fun also. And we still have about 3 weeks left before we have to leave, so anything could happen in that time. When we were deciding on Plymouth, she got the contract the week we left. So it could change at any minute. Just depends on what the offerings are and who comes with the best offer. Other news, our book club, the banned literary department, is on our next book. We are now reading Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. I've heard a lot of really great things about this book. I have not personally read it yet. I haven't started it yet, so I don't have any input yet, but I will keep you updated. Our last book we read was James by Percival Everett. That was a phenomenal read. I highly, highly recommend it. I think I'm gonna clip in this interview I found from the author, Percival Everett. I just really love hearing about his perspective, especially when it comes to race in America.
Huckleberry Finn was banned early on and lately. Do you expect James to be banned anywhere?
Oh, sure. Probably for more reasons than I had imagined before this.
What did you imagine before?
Well, just the presence of that unfortunate word.
The N-word.
Yes, is enough to ban, apparently, Huck Finn. Ironically, the presence of that word is not offensive in any way because it makes perfect sense in the story. Without it, it would be impossible to understand the world in which this story happens. It would be impossible to understand the character of the people who were oppressing Jim and all of his family. People who seek to ban that book, let's face it, haven't read it. If they have read it, they're not capable of understanding it. We now have a state of Florida that doesn't want to acknowledge the fact that anybody was ever enslaved or that slavery was a bad thing. So for that reason, I think Florida should probably ban James.
Is that a badge of honor for you in some way?
I hate it. Fascists ban books. I hate that they have the power to do it. I wish they would complain about it. And you know, they can't stop the book. Art, it will persist. What does banning the book mean? It means telling a bunch of like-minded people, you can't read this. They wouldn't be reading anyway. So it's a performative act by small and frightened people in an attempt to control a world that they can't control.
And I think it's culturally a really important read, so I would highly recommend it for anyone who's interested. Go read that book. Also, anyone interested, you are more than welcome to join our book club. I will link it below. We choose a new book every month and you can jump in whenever you feel like you're interested in a specific read. So any of my book readers out there, any of my book lovers, we would love to have you. Okay, I don't really normally talk about PR and gifting that I receive on the vlog, mostly because I can't accept that much in the first place because we're on the road. But I did want to show you one thing that came in the mail today. Just hold on. Excuse me, what? Lancome? With the giant mascara? This is hilarious. Let's open it up. And here's what's inside. There's a couple other like cute little PR gifts inside there, but mostly it's this mascara, which I just tried. What do we think of these massively oversized replicas? From a brand marketing perspective, I think it's really cool and it's really fun, and on the receiving end, it's really cool to see brands put in that much effort rather than just throw things in a box. But then also on the consumer side, is something like this a massive waste? And that is what I'm trying to decide. As someone who is now putting thought and energy into my own brand, a lot of the things that I'm thinking about are sustainable packaging and sustainable fabrics and things like that. And my first thought is that something like this has to be just extremely wasteful. Not that I don't love it, Lancome. I think it's really creative and it's really cool, but I hope it's biodegradable. That's my first thought. But it doesn't stop there. I also, from Lancome, received this. It's, again, very cute packaging. It is a little journal with an actual lock, and the password is in here, so let's open it up. Okay, that's cute. This is the Lancome Idole perfume. There must have been something happening this week because this is the second perfume that I received this week, and this one's from Ralph Lauren. Again, really cute packaging. Stunning, stunning. This is the Romance fragrance. Oh wait, there is more. Mugler. I don't know what I did to deserve 3 perfumes in 1 week. How gorgeous is that? This is the Mugler Angel Nova fragrance. I mean... Okay, and really quickly, here's the outfit of the day. I got this YSL windbreaker jacket on either eBay or Grailed, I'm not sure. But it's so cute, it was really affordable. And then we just have Skims bodysuit, jeans, just a really casual outfit today. Keeping this week's vlog pretty short and sweet, so we will see you next time.